Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7 o'clock. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Caitlin Nuclo. A lot to get to, a lot of breaking news overnight. But first, we want to get a quick check on the forecast as you start your day and get out the door. So we'll say good morning to meteorologist Jill Gilardi. Get the details on that first alert weather. Hey, Jill.
Hello. We are starting off, cool. But eventually, these numbers are going to be a lot warmer. So first alert to a warming trend as we get beyond today. Temperatures starting off, well, they're kind of all over the place. If you're watching Scott earlier on Channel 3, we are talking about a big spread from 55 in New Haven, but you go just a little bit inland, low 40s, upper 30s, some mid 30s. So it is cool out there, but it could be a lot colder if we didn't have those clouds move in a little faster. So a little blanket above helping us out some. Waterbury right now, it is mainly overcast, 42 degrees, east wind blowing at 7 miles per hour. You can see we have plenty of clouds moving across the state, but once again, no rain falling from those clouds. So the kiddos out at the bus stop don't have to worry about any umbrella use and won't have any issues at recess. And then the temperatures will be in the upper 50s generally today. Those clouds kind of holding us back. So still definitely a jacket kind of day. Temperatures as we go town by town, topping off around 56 in Sharon. Same goes for Litchfield and Canton. Close to 60 degrees, Suffield, Ellington, and we're looking at Stafford about 55 for your high. Down towards the shoreline, about 60 degrees in Old Saybrook. How about Madison, about 60 degrees? So overall, not a bad day across the state, just kind of socked in with the cloud cover, that's for sure. And once again, we have that elevated risk for fire weather conditions setting up today. Now we have some crazy temperatures in store as we head towards Halloween. We'll talk more about that coming up a little later. Caitlin, how's traffic looking?
All right. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, everyone. 7:02. We're taking a live look outside here at some of those road conditions. You can see some brief delays rolling through here in Hartford, 91 southbound as that traffic is merging onto 84. Other than that, those delays that are building down through Fairfield County. Things moving along here, though, in Waterbury, 84 east and westbound, in and out of the Mixmaster. Live look in Meriden, 691 east and westbound, and in Middletown, very quiet along the Route 9 corridor here this morning. So that will change as more people head out the door and hit the roads. But we're crashing incident free. That daytime construction work picks up between about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we're taking a live look here at our drive times. You can see those delays that are building down through Fairfield. As I mentioned, Fairfield County 95 southbound, the Parkway backing up. So just about a 100-minute ride. It's going to take you a little bit over an hour and a half at this point, and those delays will just continue to build throughout the remainder of your morning commute. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, let's get back to our breaking news this morning, where we have just learned that Newtown Assistant Fire Chief has died.
The Connecticut Fire Chiefs Association says that Assistant Chief Peter Blomberg was hit by a car and killed while crossing the street. We want to get right over to Roger Suzanne at the First Alert desk, tracking the latest information coming into our newsroom.
Yeah, ladies, this is such a heartbreaking situation. We have now lost 2 emergency responders in less than a week. Again, we've learned an assistant fire chief in Newtown struck and killed by the driver of a car. The Connecticut Fire Chiefs Association just confirmed this information. Peter Blomberg is the assistant chief of the Waterford Fire Department in Newtown, was killed while he was crossing Churchill Road, that's also known as Route 6, apparently to attend a fire commission meeting last night. They posted as well a photo this morning. Chief Blomberg's death happened just hours after the state said farewell to Wethersfield firefighter Robert Sharkovich, who of course was killed last Tuesday night while battling that wildfire in Berlin. So again, we have now lost 2 firefighters here in Connecticut in less than a week. Live at the First Alert desk, I'm Roger Suzanne in Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Caitlin.
All right, Roger, thank you. And new this morning, crews continue to fight a series of brush fires across our state. Right now, we know officials say the Hawthorne fire on Lamentation Mountain is still burning more than 120 acres in that area. Crews expecting to be on the scene for at least another 2 weeks as they work to put out that massive wildfire.
And in Bristol this morning, we're learning crews put out a fire that started burning there last night on Mountain Road behind the Aldi and CVS. You're looking at some video taken by our photographers last night around midnight. We're still working to learn if crews believe it was a brush fire and how it started.
And overnight here, crews in East Lyme have been monitoring fire there as well. Here's a look at the scene here on Oswegatchie Hills Nature Preserve. Yesterday, someone discovered that fire about 10 o'clock in the morning. Crews believe it was spread to about 6 acres. Crews are still on standby right now in case it flares back up.
A final farewell for a fallen firefighter. Robert Sharkovich Sr. died battling the Hawthorne fire in Berlin and was laid to rest yesterday. We saw thousands of people gather from Wethersfield to Hartford mourning the loss of this dedicated first responder who died in the line of duty.
Friends and family packed the Cathedral of St. Joseph in Hartford to say a final goodbye. Sharkovich spent 25 years as a Hartford firefighter, and then when he retired, he followed up by 22 years as a volunteer firefighter for his hometown of Wethersfield.
This was not just his vocation, it was his calling. His legacy is one of courage, having sacrificed his own life in the line of duty.
And as you can see here, this amazing show of support for the man who made such a difference to people, not only in his family, but to the entire community.
Well, today a Hartford city councilman is due in court after being arrested for allegedly stealing from the church where he worked. Alex Thomas is a former director of children and family ministries at South Church. He's charged with money laundering after police say he sent more than $14,000 to shell companies that he created and then used the money for bills and fast food.
All right now, a Channel 3 exclusive on the wax. A woman recovering after crashing her car into the Niantic River in Waterford last night.
Police are still trying to figure out how all this happened, but we know that investigators tell us a woman drove over the guardrail at Daniels Avenue by Niantic River Road and then went into the river about 8 o'clock in the evening.
We spoke with a group of neighbors exclusively who heard it all happen. They ran to help the woman before discovering their family friends.
Just jumped in, and then these two ladies followed me, and we got as close as possible to her, and we saw that she was conscious, tried to speak her, comfort her, and I removed our seatbelt. We took her out of the water and brought her to safety.
Never seen anything like that in my entire life, so it being right outside of our house was like, it was and we knew her, which is even worse.
Fortunately, no one was hurt, and the woman is expected to recover. Well, right now we're working to get more details from Hartford fire crews after a fire on Rush Street. Flames broke out in a multifamily home just after 3 yesterday afternoon, and the back of the house fully engulfed in flames. One person was home at the time. No one was hurt. Crews say their biggest challenge was keeping the fire from spreading to nearby buildings.
A big update here from Litchfield if you're heading through that area this morning. Route 118 and Route 254 have both reopened after a fuel truck rolled over last night. Take a look at the scene here. Wow. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but crews did have to offload all that fuel and tow it away. Still working to learn how this happened.
Well, once again today, that risk for fires continues just because it's so dry out there. We've had a lot of, leaves come down and those are dry. Just a lot of kindling potential out there, and a little breeze in the afternoon, and all that combined can result in, if a fire were to start, for it to rapidly spread. Temperatures this morning all over the place. We have 36, one of the cool spots up in Putnam as well as Tolland, but then you get down to the shoreline. How about 55 right now in New Haven? That wind being a big influence as to why it's so mild down there, kind of coming off the water a little bit. Remember that water temperature, 60 degrees. And as we take a live look in Torrington, it is overcast out there as we start off the morning. These clouds are unfortunately non-rain producing clouds at the moment, though there is a small chance as we get into the evening hours for a shower. Let's take a look at the forecast for the rest of today. You're headed out, going for a walk this morning. Yeah, you need the jacket, but no need for anything else. So we're expecting those readings in the 40s and 50s through 9 o'clock, and then topping off in the mid and upper 50s. So kind of a cool day, but believe it or not, upper 50s, that's normal for this time of year. What's not normal is what's going to be the high for Halloween. We have a first alert weather day for record heat. We'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later.